Yo, what is going on guys? Spaghetti Rip here, again bringing you another tutorial, this time on Ling Xiaoyu. Now, Ling is a character that's super tricky to deal with because of her evasiveness, her stances, her counter hit moves. Like, she's a really tricky character and one that we really need to pay special attention to since she was buffed pretty heavily in Tekken 7. To the point that many people, many top players, consider her to be top tier in this game. Well, in Tekken 7. So we need to know how to beat her, we need to know how to space against her, we need to know how to move against her and how to punish her. Now I think with this matchup there are also 5 things that we need to be looking at. There's number 1, moving back and left. Number 2, punishing strings. Number 3, back turn mix-ups. Number 4, AOP. And number 5, Rookick. Those are the 5 sections we're going to be looking at. So let's jump straight into it. Number 1, moving back and left. I think it's very important against Ling to be moving back first of all. Moving back, like we don't want to be being too aggressive because Ling has a lot of moves like 4 tilt 3, which will counter hit you on which will launch you on counter hit. Moves like sidestep 4, which will also launch you on counter hit. Like really good moves for beating people who just want to run in on you and just be really aggressive. Okay, Ling is a very good counter to that stuff as well. She also has really great pokes as well, like down forward 1, which high crushes and is really good on hit. Down back 4. If I can try and show you, down back 4 is a kind of hit launcher as well. There we go. You know, and that move is just great on normal hit. Look at it. Just that's normal hit. Look how much frame advantage it gives. It gives a lot of advantage. You can just go for another one. Like a Ling player would just keep going for it. Like it's really good. But yeah, like really good moves. So you want to be staying back. Not only that, but her AOP stance as well. Like you don't want to be dealing with the mix-ups in that. And we're going to go into AOP more later on. But you know, AOP as well is one of the main reasons why you want to be moving back rather than rushing her down. Also, moving left. Why do we want to be moving left? Well, moving to your left is Ling's weakness. So all these moves that I showed you, if I just demonstrate it, moves like 1 down 2, you know, that she'll use as pressure. The really good down forward 1 that I was telling you about. Moving left beats it. If you move right, if I try to demonstrate it to you, moving right is not going to do that. So jab, boom, you know. You move right, this is what happens, and then you know you're in a bad position. It's not a good position you want to be in. Getting hit by down forward 1, I think it's +5, or it may even be more. It's pretty good on hit, so you don't want to be getting hit by that. Also, the counter hit launches that I was telling you about before, they'll completely whiff, you know. So moving left is very important too. So that's why I've named this section moving back and left, because you want to be moving back, and you know, just trying to deal with moves that she may throw out and try to counter hit you with and stuff. So I feel that what you want to be doing is staying outside of Ling's sidestep 4 range and moving left as well at the same time. So at number 2 we have punishing strings. Now Ling does have strings that will allow her to go into stances like such as back turn. And we need to know how to be able to step those stances so we can get a punish or avoid being put into a mix-up. So one of the strings is 1 down 2, 1+2, which is her 10 frame punish. If I just show you this one right there. So 1 down 2, 1+2. So what do we do against this string? Just sidestep left and block. Sidestep left and block. Obviously we know that she can go into back turn after it. So let's see what happens if she goes into back turn. So sidestep left and block. Oh, okay. Well, we can still deal with her back turn stuff from back turn. Obviously, if you get hit by it, you don't want to be stepping, because if you step after on hit, then you're gonna get, you know, you haven't got enough time to sidestep when you get hit because she has frame advantage. So don't do that. But if you block it, you're able to deal with, you know, some back turn stuff and potentially also the full string. There we go. So let's see. There we go. Easy, very easy. So the second string is up 1+2, 1+2, 1+2. It's just like that, you see. You can punish it, believe. If I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yeah, it is minus, at least minus 10. So the whole string, if you have, let's try Heihachi. So yeah, Heihachi can get like a full punish on it, obviously. But what you want to be doing is just like I showed you there, a sidestep right and block. Just sidestep right and block. Obviously it's a different sidestep from the first string I showed you. You're not stepping left, you're stepping right. But for this string, yeah, you're stepping right and block. And obviously she can also cancel this one into back turn as well. So as I show you. But you know, as long as you're stepping and blocking, there's nothing you should really be scared of. So that's how you deal with that string. And now there's the forward 1 series. If I just show you, she has forward 1 3 and forward 1 4. Let's see if she does. That's the forward 1 3 and forward 1 4. So what do we do? So let's see which one this is. That's the height. So obviously we can duck the second hit of this one. But if she does the other one, obviously if we duck, we get hit. So what do we do against this string? Obviously this string here is punishable. Try to show you. How punishable is this? So obviously the mid of this is punishable. So we can get a 10 frame at least. But we want to be being able to duck the high and the mid. Just like I showed you versus Steve, you can actually duck the high and block the mid, but it's a little bit more tricky. You have to kind of do a very quick duck and to get up. So I'll try to show you. There we go. So what you have to be doing is make sure that when you see the forward 1 come out, you're doing just a really quick duck and to get up. Now it's gonna, like, that high comes out a lot quicker than the mid, so you have to make sure that you're ducking it. Forward 1 3, boom boom. So just like I showed you, little quick duck and, you know, get up, and you should be able to block the mid and duck the high. So happy days there. I think that about does it for strings. Like, there are other strings as well that you can probably look at in practice mode, but they won't be too much of an issue. So just you can do that in your own time. Now at number 3 we have back turn mix-ups. Now back turn mix-ups in this game, in Tekken Tag 2, are really strong because, or mainly because she has a throw mix-up from back turn, which is very scary. From back turn, as you can see, I'm doing a move. That's a 2 throw right here, and that's a 1 throw. Now both of them look to have the same animation, so you can't tell which is which. It's a true mix-up. So if you're in back turn and you're taking a mix-up, you have to guess between 1 or 2 for the throw, and you don't want to be ducking versus back turn because she's got like a couple of launches from back turn, which you don't want to be eating, right? I would like to make a note though that the back turn mix-up in Tekken 7 isn't as scary because you can break generic throws with either 1 or 2, so it's not a mix-up anymore. That's a huge element of Ling's game that has been taken out of Tekken. And even despite that being taken out, she's still really strong. The only situation where Ling's back turn is really scary in Tekken 7 is when she has rage. Her rage drive, I'm going to put a clip in, is a low launcher. Crazy. It's a pretty sick rage drive. Probably one of the best rage drives in Tekken. It's not too damaging, but it's still something that's really scary. But let's talk about this game though. Let's talk about this game. So in this game, Ling has she has a lot of moves that she can go into back turn from. While standing 2, down 2, down 1, 1 down 2, even down forward 1. There's quite a few moves, so if we just go through all of them, like I said in the beginning, against Ling's 1 down 2, if you sidestep left, it'll beat her and block. It will beat her her extension from the string, and it also seems to beat everything from back turn. There's her launch, her low launch doesn't hit, the mid doesn't hit from back turn. Like this will whiff, this will whiff. The jabs will whiff. Everything, pretty much everything, I believe, will actually whiff if you sidestep left and block. Obviously, if you get hit by 1 down 2, my advice to you is don't do anything. try to just make it's a mix-up, so just try to take the mix-up. You're not going to be able to do anything. She has way too much frame advantage for you to just sit there. So in this game, you're going to have to take a grab mix-up potentially, or anything, or she might do another move. But in Tekken 7, she does 1 down 2 on you. My advice to you would be, if you're playing Tekken 7, don't duck. There's nothing to be scared of. The throw mix-up is not a mix-up. The launch from back turn is launch punishable. Nothing really too scary unless she has rage. Then you can piss yourself a little bit. It's a little scary there. Other moves like down forward 2, like all these moves, you know, that go into back turn. You can do the same thing. Just sidestep and block. And you can sidestep both ways if you want to. But like I said, versus 1 down 2, she has an extension from the string, so you can't sidestep right. You want to be sidestepping left. So my advice to you would be, if you block something that she can go into back turn from, sidestep left. But sidestepping right is equally as good. If you noticed, if someone's going to go into manual back turn and you want to do something against it, then yeah, sidestep right. That will also beat a lot of things from back turn. So number 4, we have AOP, aka Art of Phoenix. Now this is the scary stance that Ling has. This is the relax, the Eddie relax of the Lings. Okay, this is really scary, and this is one of the stances which give Ling that reputation as a gimmicky character. We all know, everyone's said it once or twice in their Tekken career. Oh, Ling is so cheap, so gimmicky, man. And it's this stance. This is the reason why. Obviously, just as a note, yeah, I'm not calling Ling players gimmicky. Yeah, I'm just saying it's pretty cheap. But here's one thing about AOP is that may not be very obvious at first. Actually, like we all know that AOP puts her down really low. So moves that are, you know, some mids and highs are all gonna like be crushed, right? But actually it's more than that. It's got a sidestep right built into it. If you see, the more I do AOP, the more I start to sort of go around Ling's back. Do you see that? I didn't sidestep, I just did AOP, and I'm already at Ling's back. It's because it has a sidestep right built into it. Now, what you'll see a lot of players do is not just, I mean, a lot of high level Ling players, not just normal Ling players, but the people who are really good with this character, they won't just do an AOP, they'll do sidestep right into AOP. Now what that does is it gives Ling basically a double sidestep into her AOP stance. Now I'm just going to give you an idea of how evasive that is. I got the computer to do it, so let me bring Laura out and let's do this. Okay, Dragon Tail whiffed. Let's try again. So my down back 3 whiffed. That whiffed. Yeah, that whiffed. Everything whiffs. Like, I mean, I just can't believe Dragon Tail whiffed, like, completely. Can you believe that? It's not hitting. She might as well be the floor. It's so good. It's so good. I just want to say as a like a tip against sidestep right AOP, what do we do? Because for a very long time I was so confused, because I used to main law, and against this matchup I was so confused as to what to do against it. But then watching top level Koreans play, one example was Knee. I watched Knee play against Sodam, and something he did to adjust to it, because he got hit by it a few times, is he sidestepped to realign himself with the AOP. Now that's just a general fundamental strat in the game. If you see someone sidestep, you don't always have to do a tracking move or a homing move. You can also sidestep or dash forward to realign yourself with the character. Sometimes if you're off axis, just doing a sort of a dash will realign yourself with the character. So you can do either. So if I just do this, see that? If I just dash forward, no, I didn't do that. If I dash forward, then I'm capable of hitting her out of that stance, because I've put myself in line with her now. So those side steps that is inbuilt into the AOP and the manual sidestep that he did has been cancelled out by my dashing forward. If you're scared that someone's going to tag in, because a lot of Link players, they like to tag in into sidestep right AOP. If you're scared that someone's going to do that, don't just go for the launch straight away, because your launch is going to whiff. Go for a dash and then do the launch. I think doing a dash is a pretty good strat against sidestep right AOP. But that's just the start. Let's move on to her moves from AOP. Now, I think the most dangerous move she has from AOP, in my opinion, is the AOP 4 tilt 3, that low. I'm going to show you what it's like on hit. Now, it does a fair amount of damage, but as I'm going to show you now in a small clip, that move got buffed in Tekken 7. It does a grip of damage. It's too much damage, but it is a combo starter. Wow, look at the damage on that low! And not only does it do a lot of damage, you get some pretty good Oki as a Ling player from it as well. So what do we do against this move? Like, it's a very big problem. I feel that in Tekken 7, this is going to be the move that is going to carry a lot of Ling players to victory if you don't know how to deal with it. That move is specifically one of the reasons why I said you want to be moving back and left, not really sort of not just left, you know. You don't want to be just stepping left, you know. You want to be moving back as well, because I feel that versus this move and versus AOP in general, you don't want to be at this range. You want to be at least, you know, at a range a little bit further out from Ling, maybe range 1 or something, so that you're able to move around these moves a bit more. So against this move, against AOP in general, I feel you should be side walking right or moving right. Yeah. So if I show you, just moving right versus that move, and you'll see that if someone is in AOP, then that will whiff. But a lot of the time, a lot of Ling players will maybe delay the string, or they'll do something else. They'll maybe dash up into your face, and you won't have time to react to it. So that's why I say you should be moving back. And if you're moving back, then you'll be in a position where you can potentially just backdash and duck. I saw JDCR, Princess Ling versus JDCR in final round recently. He was blocking that a lot. Like, you know, it's not something you can necessarily react to, but it was good to see him backdashing and ducking at a good range. He wasn't doing it at this range because he was going to get hit by the mid launcher, which I can show you here. You know, if you try to duck it, well, you're going to get hit by a safe launch. That's a safe launcher. You know, let me try and punish it. You can't. It's a safe launcher, yeah. So, you know, even against that, you know, what you want to be doing is sidewalking right if you can, yeah. But honestly, like, it's AOP is a very, very scary move. So what I think you should be doing is trying to backdash as much as possible. Don't want to, when I say backdash, don't backdash to the moon, yeah. I need you to stay within your optimal range as well, where somewhere where you can do stuff as well. But being patient generally helps a lot versus this stance if you're constantly moving, because then you won't be in a situation where, you know, you can take the mix up. Also, this move here, AOP 2-1. Now this move wasn't that scary in Tekken Tag 2. It's not the scariest move, but in Tekken 7 now, that move, it's natural combo. So you get hit by that first hit, the second hit is guaranteed, and it does just as much damage in Tekken 7 as it does here. Now, in this game, it's -10, but in Tekken 7, because it's a natural combo now, it's -12, so you can get, you know, a 12 frame punish on it. But yeah, I mean, those are the 3 moves you need to be looking out for. That low, potentially this launcher, and this as well. I wouldn't have told you that it was too scary in this game, but in Tekken 7, it's a very, very scary move. Now, just a final tip I can give you versus Ling's AOP. There is an up 4-3 string like this, up 4-3-1, which will allow her to get a full launch. I believe that a Ling player can't do anything against that down 4. She won't be able to do anything else after that. So I think that about does it for AOP. So at number 5 we have Rookick. Rookick is her back turn, back 2+4, as you saw there. The reason why I made this a separate section on its own is because I see a lot of misinformation about how to punish this specific move, and it's a move that a lot of Ling players use at the low and high level. The move itself is actually -11. So if you block the move, as you see here, if you have a jab string, just like Law does, Law has a pretty good jab string. This one is guaranteed, as it says punish, as you can see. Not only that, but he has an 11 frame move as well. So, oosh, it's pretty good damage from that. You don't want to be getting hit by a second hit. Let's see, if you try to be a little bit late on it, you'll get hit by the second hit, and people love to do that. But there is also another way to punish it. If they do back turn, you can hop kick it. So leg launches up to like hop kicks that are around 15 or 16 frames, they will be able to launch this. Well, but in Tekken 7, that parry she has will prevent you from being able to hop kick it. So I feel that what you guys need to be practicing is not to hop kick the Rookick. What you need to be practicing is your jab strings, making sure that you always get your full jab punish on her back when she does that move. I think it's still at -11. I think you can still get 11 frame moves versus it just like that. So my advice to you would be not to try and launch it, but try to get a full string on it. So that about does it for Ling Xiaoyu. Just as a closing statement, she is a very strong character in Tekken 7. This tutorial is mainly how to deal with a lot of the main tools that she gets damage off, but of course we know that there is so much more to this character. She's a very interesting character. Obviously, like I always love to watch a good Ling player because they're so creative and they have so many different ways to get damage. But I feel that if we can learn just the fundamental way to move against her and play against her, then we should be doing pretty good versus her. Now I think the first point I made, number 1, about moving left and back and just being generally patient, is the most important point out of all of them. Everything else is matchup based. You have to check your character and see what stuff that your character can do to punish Ling. Really provide you with a little bit of information on how to deal with certain things she has from her stances and all that kind of, and her strings and stuff. But it's really up to you how you deal with this character, because she's such a unique character, very strong in Tekken 7 now. So hopefully when T7 drops, we can all go into the lab and test some more stuff and see how strong Ling really is and how we can defeat her. And I think it's one of the most important matchups, if not the most important matchup for me as a competitive player to be able to deal with, because she is a very big problem. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope it was useful for you in some way. And as always, I'm Spaghetti Rip. Until next time. Now, as an extra tip, we're going to be going through 2 things that Ling has that are pretty cheap that we need to know how to deal with. Forward 2+3 throw. Now I'm going to show you that this throw, which is a 2 throw, will allow Ling to get a full launch on you, and it's the same in Tekken 7 as well. So what do we do against this? You can hold down just like that. Once you get grabbed with this, if you don't break it, just hold down and she won't be able to get that launch. Now you can also, there are other options too, that you can tap forward so that you turn around, but this requires a bit more speed. You need to be a bit quicker. So you know, if you're a little bit slow, I can show you, it won't work. But when you hold down, you can be a little bit later on that. You could be a little bit more lazy with that, and you know, she still won't be able to get the launch. So that's what we should be doing against that move. The second tip is her forward 3 on counter hit into the launch. Now that's all guaranteed on counter hit, but there is a way to escape it. So if you just hold back, you can see from the command list, I'm holding back. Oh, sorry, do that again. Holding back, and I still get launched no matter what. I'm holding back, boom, still launched. So how do we deal with that? Well, actually, the way to deal with that is to hold forward or press forward, then hold back. So I'm going to show you now. If I hold forward and then hold back, I'll be able to block it. There we go. So you see in the command list that I was holding forward and then I pressed back, and I was able to escape the counter hit launcher, which I'll show you once again. If you hold back, you get launched. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful for you, and until next time.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Spaghetti Rip and I'm my boy Christian B Monkey. I'm in his hoods now. He came 2 years ago to my hood, and now I'm coming to his hoods. This is my crib. Right off the bat, we got 7-Eleven. Take a picture of that right now. 7-Eleven, yeah? It says 7-Eleven, but it's 24/7, so right immediately, it's got you in the mix-up.